Hello, I am playing more Super Mario World. Now, will this go well today compared to last time? I don't know because despite, me, my VTuber self, being in my cute little cardigan and scarf, in reality, I am melting. I am a puddle of sweaty slime right now. It is so hot. I have no air conditioning. I'm dying, Squirtle. So, please bear with me if I'm even more boneheaded than usual. Hello, little baby Yoshi. Um, I was intending to finish the game tonight, and I may still finish the game tonight, but it may also depend on how long I can tolerate sitting at my computer. It's wet and foggy there, not boiling. Want to trade a little bit? Well, I say that, I don't know if I would enjoy the humidity. I mean, at least here it's a kind of a dry heat. I do not deal with humidity very well because I'm not accustomed to it. Like, I'll go out, or when I went to the States a few months ago, it's very humid there compared to where I am. And, you ask people who are from there and they don't even notice it. But to me, I step outside and I feel like I need 8 showers. Okay, I need to put you down, Yoshi, because if I get a shell with you, you will just spit it out, in a shower of fire. And, well, a very cool party trick. It's not what I want right now. Cool. Thank you. It's right, I miss Melty Mori. Eat the key. Eat the key before it melts. Well... Did I do all of the Butter Bridge world? Yes. I'd stop and think about it, but yes, I did. There was a Yoshi sacrificed to pits. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've lost more Yoshis than Mario. Granted, that's not really hard to do, considering the way I play. Take a shot every time I throw a Yoshi down a pit. Don't do that. It will be bad for your health, but, you could. When I was little, I could not figure out how these blocks work for some reason. Uh-oh. That could have ended very poorly, but it didn't, so we're good. Nope. That's okay, that was calculated. We have replacements. We have reserves. Wait, though. Whoa. Whoa, he just got teleported up the pipe. That's a shot, everybody. You're right, I did have a cape. I didn't need that shell. That's what I mean. I'm so discombobulated right now that I didn't even consider that. I was giving that shell work. In this economy, I was doing that shell a favor. I do have to go back and get the secret exit. But I find that one's a little easier to get to with a blue Yosh. I suppose I could cape there, but as proven, I've already forgotten I have a cape. It's so hot, I can't think. That's right, I could have cape spun, but sometimes you gotta show skill. And not, just, like, brainlessly going through the motions like what I'm doing right now. That's right, I'm doing that Koopa a good service. I mean, I did steal its, like, spinal column, but I put that spinal column to work. Checkmate, I think. Go back and clear this before I forget. I hope, folks are generally doing well today. I hope you are not all suffering under the same heat wave that I am. I've just never been very good with heat. I know some people love it, and I guess it also depends on where you're from and what you're used to. But for me, I can't deal. I hate- oh, sorry, didn't want to leave you behind. I can't deal, which might be a controversial opinion, because when I mention sometimes, like, oh, it's 30 degrees, it's way too hot, I always get people going, what? I know, I love 30, that's great, 30 is perfect. I'm like, well, maybe if you live in a place with air conditioning. Or, I don't know, you're the type that can afford to, like, go on beach vacations and such on the regular. But some of us schlubs live in apartments with no AC. We might be around the same region, because boy howdy, it's heat wave o'clock. Yeah, Western Canada's suffering right now. Oh? Oh? Belle? I'm so curious. Belle, I want to see. I want to see, but I guess I'll have to be patient. Man, remember when I did this perfectly last time? What is this? What is this noise? It's like a smorgasbord. 15 is way too, or sorry, no, 30 is way too hot. Sorry. I was about to say 15 is way too hot. Ooh. But get some good Z's, Belle. I hope you're not suffering under this heat. You actually don't think it's legal to not have AC in the summer in the apartments you lease where you are? Well, you're much further south, right? So that would make sense, because I could imagine a place that's really hot and humid on the regular and it's expected. Yeah, that would be just a health hazard. Like, I've overheard people expressing that, you know, some years ago you didn't really need AC in this city, but I guess in more recent years it's become a necessity. Like, I remember reading articles in places like in British Columbia that would be cooler, but then many people were suffering from heat stroke and heat exhaustion at home because the heat was just unbearable, and places like apartments didn't have air conditioning because they didn't need it. Can I help you? As soon as I turned around, he gave up. Oh, I've been perceived. Your area is always cold, but you got a heat pump, so everywhere is good now. You want to trade? You know, asking for a friend. You want to trade? The friend is me. Hello, Lakitu. Oh. We can't have two of them. Well, we can't have two Yoshis, and we can't have one Mario. Honestly, I'm so glad that happened. I have not fallen down, like, a single pit. I've died to other things, but I don't think I've fallen down any pits in this playthrough of Mario World so far, and that's a travesty. Lakitu, I'm gonna need to steal your ride here. I need to do a little cloud jack, and oh, well, there we go. There's another death. I mean, I guess I did just threaten him. That's fair. Okay, maybe I should actually steal his cloud while he's not throwing spinies. Well, okay. You know what? That's okay. Oh, because there are ways around that. Okay, so what do I gotta do? I gotta get a blue Yoshi. I also want to get a cape just for that, actually. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here. Is this the one I want? Yeah, this is the one I want. Well, yeah, I also have to open the Star Road and the Vanilla Dome because I needed the Switch Palace blocks to put a spring on. Let's do that. Yeah, I gotta correct that. I gotta open a pit to put Mario in. Also, I don't need this Yoshi, but you know what? I'm gonna take him anyway. I'm just gonna leave him behind, but I'm gonna take him anyway for now. Actually, now while I'm here, before I forget the Vanilla Dome thing, and then I finish the game with only 95 exits. Yeah, there we go. I can't believe hang on a second. Hang on, sorry, Automod. There we go. It's trying to handle that. You have your AC set to 77 Fahrenheit / 25 Celsius, and that feels energy saving to you. Ugh. How bad is it outside where you are right now? That's still abominable. I can't handle that kind of heat. I need, I don't know, what's my ideal indoor temperature? I have to think about that. Oh. So this Koopa does not like my opinions on what temperature to set the thermostat to. I understand. I know some people get very heated about it. Too spicy for Automod. Okay, there we go. Just plunk that here. Yeah. Even as a child, you thought it was weird that fireballs worked underwater. Maybe they're like pure plasma or something. Or they're just super heated, so that's why they work underwater. Sometimes I make good puns, sometimes even intentionally. But, you know, again, because it's so hot, any boneheaded things I do or say is entirely because of the heat. Like, I barely slept last night because it was so hot. Usually I keep my bedroom door closed. Did I beat this stage, like, normally? I don't think I did. So I'm just gonna keep going. But yeah, normally I keep my bedroom door closed at night. Because Onyx, again, my cat, will... he likes to get in and sleep next to me. He's very sweet and cuddly. But, then sometimes he's like, I'm gonna climb on your desk and knock things over. And generally be a nuisance. So I don't let him into my room at night. Unless maybe it's like a weeknight, or a weekend. So he's not waking me up on a work night, but it's so hot, I had to open my door for air circulation, and he was thrilled. Still came to sit next to me last night, even though I was tossing and turning, and presumably, you know, when you are a small creature coated in, dense black fur, and it's already stinking hot, you wouldn't want to be curled up next to something also spewing out heat, but I guess cats are just built different. Yeah, Onyx, you can have night cuddles if you behave. Yeah, but behave is the operative word here. In the GBA version, if you have a cape, all regular Yoshis, or at least the one in the top secret area, is guaranteed to be blue if you have a cape once you unlock it. I did not know that. Apparently, I've heard the GBA version of this game is, if not really hard to find, I don't know what it is in this day and age, but it was rare. I remember someone in school, in high school, playing the GBA version of this, and they couldn't find a secret exit in the last world, so they had me look for it. And to be fair, it's probably one of the meanest ones. It's just really hard to find. Today was a high of 94 degrees Fahrenheit, 34.5 degrees Celsius. Ugh. Ugh. And some people like that. Again, it's all what you're used to. And I understand that. Oh, sorry, bud. I'm kind of amused when I see the reverse, actually. Is, people here who evidently come from much warmer climates. So, not in the summer necessarily, but, at other times of the year, where I will find, like, oh, this is great, this is like t-shirt weather, I'm walking around in a t-shirt and no coat and everything, and I'll see somebody wearing, like, a jacket and a toque, because, you know, for, like, 10 degrees is perfect for me, but I know that's freezing for some people. What do you mean I'm doing this early? When should I be doing gnarly? Amazing! Few have made it this far. Beyond lies the special zone. Completed and you can explore a strange new world. Good luck! See, very few people have seen this. You're all very privileged right now. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you don't call it a toque in America. A beanie, huh? Like a knit cap? I don't really think of most Canadianisms as being difficult to parse if one has never heard them before. But I guess, yeah, if you heard the word toque and you didn't have any concept for what that is, I guess it would be a little weird, huh? What do you mean 10 degrees is jacket weather? No, it's not. I mean, for you, maybe. For me, 10 is great. It's beautiful. I will admit, I felt no small amount of satisfaction being in the States. And this was not this year, but a previous year. I was at a farmer's market I had walked to. And it was like a chill, breezy day out. But I had a light jacket with me, but because it was like a 20-30 minute walk to the farmer's market, that I'd taken the jacket off, and I was walking around in a t-shirt, because I was real toasty. And all of the vendors were at their stalls wrapped up in coats. I remember a lady was like, how can you wear a shirt or a t-shirt? Aren't you so cold? Like, oh, I'm from Canada. And she was amazed, like, oh, wow. You know, I wondered if you were Canadian. I figured either Canadian or Buffalo, New York, which is very specific. Yes, 10 is in 10 degrees Celsius. Oh, this is tubular. You know what? I was so busy thinking about weather that I didn't even set up for the cheese strat for this level. I suppose if one is not already familiar with Super Mario World, then maybe you would not know, but I hate this level. Goodbye. See ya. Because it's really slow, and there's all those projectiles, and it's just miserable. And I don't have time for that. So I'm gonna go get myself kitted out. What is the tubular cheese? Feta. But for real, the tubular cheese is you get yourself a couple of cape feathers and a blue Yoshi, and then you pray. Now, I call it a cheese, but I think a cheese would imply that there is an ease of use to it, that it mitigates the challenge. It doesn't. But it's a different challenge, and one that I find is more agreeable than slowly navigating across the stage with the pea balloons, only to bonk into a Koopa and then fall to my death. Yeah, it's when you take a cheese string and you make it into a donut loop. You remember someone pronouncing toque as torque. Isn't you just, you never heard it said out loud before? What kind of psycho wears a jacket and toque in 10 degrees Celsius and up? I mean, again, if you are from a warmer climate, then that's probably very cold, and I'm sure there's a lot of places I could go where somebody would find it perfectly temperate and a nice day, and I would just be cowering in the shade, covered in ice packs, praying for death. So. Okay. So, I'm gonna carefully scoot forward. I'm gonna eat a Koopa. I'm gonna not hit fire. And then I'm just gonna gun it. Ho ho! There we go. Okay. I'm sorry you missed me doing tubular the correct way. But it's really hot and I don't want to. Please understand. No, I shall pretend to be outraged by this perfectly ordinary behavior. How dare you not use the pea balloon like Shigeru Miyamoto himself intended? I curse you with 2 mushrooms and a star. Ba 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 ba. Beans did? No, I cheesed it. That's right. A more different food product for you. Maybe I need words that are not also foods? Oh, hello, Odessa. Yeah, feta is amazing. You ever have it on pizza? When it gets just a little bit brown and kind of gooey? Delicious. You are long sleeving it at 15 degrees Celsius. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well. Yeah, that wasn't happening. It wasn't happening. But I had to give it the old college try. You're allowed. You are allowed to complain. I understand. You're gonna start saying you poutined it on your streams and decide what that means later. I like the way you think, Fresno. Where's my precious cheese strat now? It's on the pizza that Tenrose just ate. It's gone. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, wait, no, we're good. Deposited into the loving embrace of this pipe. Oh. And now Miss Mori presents the Titanic finale as played by Super Mario and Blue Yoshi. Oh, I don't want to do that. That would be boring. Sorry, Yoshi. This is a metaphor for something. I know. Mori, what's wrong with you? Plenty. But if I just did that, it wouldn't be fun. You wouldn't get to look at all these fuzzies. Oh, these fuzzies would have gone out in their Sunday finest for nothing. Oh. Denied Yoshi salvation and cast him into the depths of hell. I should probably maybe get like a power-up or something. Just in case I bonk into a fuzzy again. You know how it is. Yoshi cannot eat the fuzzy for whatever reason. Maybe he doesn't like the way it tickles his throat on the way down. I mean, even if I was an aggressive omnivore like Yoshi, I don't think I would want to eat a fuzzy either. They look like they would stick. Because he'll get dizzy. Also that, he's learned his lesson. Maybe these fuzzies are also psychotropic in some way, and he doesn't want to risk it. You know, I mean, he already set a bad example for Mario so many years ago. But yes, I do support you saying you poutined it, and then figuring out what that means later. You poutine it when you ditch the lizard. Which is, the terminology decided upon in Metroid Prime. When you, yeah, I'm trying to think if it was specifically for Yoshi, if it was any sort of, like, companion that you threw into a pit. Or maybe that was just the term for a double jump generally, is ditching the lizard. I don't remember, but I guess it's our term, so we could adjust it as we see fit. Meork. Okay, look, I can't take him with me. But what if I hopped on the fuzzies' heads? I may still die doing this. But, you know, I'm giving Yoshi a fighting chance here. Meork. Oh, it was scary. Look at that! Everybody lives. I'm gonna take a sip of water to celebrate. Ugh, sweet, merciful heavens, ice water. Ugh. You know, everybody here should also take a sip of water. Yoshi survived the best ending possible. Look, he gets a rainbow shell for his troubles. He has every status effect at once. I already made that joke. Something, this is my son Crump. He has every disease, and now I do too. Honestly, nothing beats an icy cold glass of water on a hot day. Ow. Fight. Aw. I'm glad folks are staying hydrated. And also, hello everyone who has, stopped on by since I've started. I hope you are all doing well and not perishing from this abominable heat wave like I am. I hope, if not air conditioning, you at least have some device, something in place to keep you cool. Oh my. Something feels a little weird about, you know, seeing the traditional Mario flying fish. But these are very pale cheeps compared to their very red counterparts in previous games. Like someone has bleached these fish. You were playing Death Road to Canada, and at the end, the game said one of your friends made an engine that runs on poutine. Incredible. Bless. I mean, what could be more Canadian than that, I suppose? How is Death Road to Canada? I've seen it streamed a couple times briefly. I've not played it myself, though. Should probably also help myself to this feather. They're icy cheeps. They're just cold, I guess. Oh, the color is drained from their limbs because of this frigid climate. They have the opposite problem as me. Oh, to be a flying fish in chill, cold water would highly wreck, huh? Not bad, kind of fun after a playthrough. Oh, Oh no, the platforms are slippery. Oh. Oh. It's quite a fun game, actually. Think Oregon Trail mixed with zombies. Has anyone here played Oregon Trail? Oops, slipped into that. Oregon Trail being a riff on Oregon Trail, but it's set during a zombie apocalypse. And you're trying to outrun nuclear radiation instead of the winter. Boy howdy, I can really tell that my my gameplay has deteriorated from my initial stream of this game. But also in my defense, my hands are coated in a fine layer of sweat. Ugh. You were also thinking of Oregon Trail. Oh, good. Death Road to Canada lets you customize your party members to like a fairly, well, involved degree, more than Oregon Trail anyway, which I always think is fun. I want this, but it's slippery. Okay, go, go, go. Oh no! You know, I tried to wall jump, or rather the instinct. I'm gonna get some power-ups, hang on. The instinct to wall jump was there. And then I realized I can't do that in this game. I've still been playing Metroid Dread, so. Make people I am completely neutral to. I don't tend to make people that I know in games. That if you have to make your own custom characters, like I'll either base them on, you know, like original characters of mine, or I'll just make somebody up wholesale. Like I've never done the thing where I've named like party members or whatever in a game after friends or family. I know some people do. I just feel like that would get weird. Death Road to Canada is how you learned of Buffalo, 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 Buffalo. I've never heard that before. Please elucidate. Your first run doing that, your BFF betrayed us and stole your car and supplies. What are friends for but to steal your goods during the zombie apocalypse, right? Oh no, sorry Yoshi. We're both suffering today. I should get him back, please. I'm trying so hard. But what are all these buffaloes though? Excuse me. Whoa. Whoop. Oh. Well, he did it to himself, okay? Yoshi did that of his own volition. Uh-oh. I'm caping. I hit something in the air. I was like, I've lost my momentum. Oh heck. Oh heck. Somewhere Yoshi privately is like, well, Mari, if you hadn't let me run down a pit, you could have sacrificed me. But you didn't. Oh, this is a travesty. After how well I was playing last stream. Nope. Buffalo is an adjective, a noun, and a verb. You know, it reminds me of a sentence my Japanese taught me, or my Japanese teacher taught me. I have to think about how it goes, which is a little difficult when my brain is already fried from the heat and I'm trying not to blunder into enemies. But it's like niwa 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 ga iru or something. Which is it's something like there were two chickens in the garden. Something like that. Because like niwa is garden. Niwa is a way of writing chicken. And ni-wa, a counter for two birds. Oh! So, if you're invincible, and you hit that, paratroopa, you just fall. You can't bounce off of it. You just fall. It was like, oh great, I'm gonna clear this level, Despite my brain being completely fried, my hands being coated in a fine layer of sweat and will be free? No. There's some dramatic irony about me being in this icy stage, while my brain threatens to leak out my ears from the heat. That's a gotcha straight out of the Lost Levels. It would only be more true to the Lost Levels if the paratrooper was somehow invisible. Maybe I just went too fast for the game. Like, oh hey, you're running too good. Oh man, I'm trying so hard. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I gotta let this run out. Okay, okay, okay. We're good? We're good. Okay. Never speak of that again. I'm gonna hydrate. Because there was a hydrate redeem in there. Thank you. Well, I said niwa, not niwatori to mean chicken, but yeah, niwatori is chicken. See what I mean? Fried brain. But this is the correct tongue twister in Japanese. Ura niwa 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 niwatori ga iru. So there were 2 chickens in the back garden. Fried brain, fried chicken, it's true. Ugh, but we're free. Hang on, sir, I require your services. Why, I was half expecting to obliterate that shell before it hit the block, and then wouldn't that just be the way? But if you, have been paying attention, from the very first stream, which of course I'm expecting everyone to do, this is the level from the opening title screen, the attract mode. Which, I remember little Mori again, little Mori being like, oh, it's real! I can go here and run around and hit pokies and stuff. I better get all these lives before I get to another ice level, right? It is very satisfying, though, getting all those 1-ups. Even if I don't strictly need it. Yoshi, where are you going? Ooh. Whoa. He doesn't like sports. Ooh, speaking of Japanese, there's a summer festival you're volunteering for this weekend. Cool. Like a Japanese-style summer festival? That's really cool. You telling me a brain fried this rice? Well, it's certainly not mine. Ugh. Oh, to be swimming. I would love to be swimming right now. Yeah, the hammers are optional. The hammers are optional. Your local Japanese community is hosting it. That's really cool. I've been in the city before. I've been to, there's like a Japanese cultural, like, just, summer festival. You know, I'm gonna maybe get a power-up just in case. But like, where there's a bunch of vendors and performances and whatnot. I've gone a couple times, and it was cool. But I feel like when I go to events like that, I get, like, I don't know if it's the worst FOMO exactly. Like, I feel like, there's so many things I could be doing. I should be, like, signing up for a class or trying to talk to people or something. I should be maximizing my time here. Or all these organizations or classes that I should already be a part of, and I'm not. Which is a problem. I know it's a festival. What do you mean enjoy a festival? You gotta min-max for the maximum amount of enjoyment. Which honestly is a me problem that I've become more conscientious of as of late, is my urge to min-max things for maximum efficiency. And I shouldn't, because it's holding me back. God, I wouldn't want life to be D&D. You know, I've heard several people mention in recent memory that if one wants to play tabletop, they should try to get away from D&D, because a lot of people, you know, will just say, oh, just play D&D if you want to do tabletop. But there's so many different tabletop games out there. And D&D is more, I guess, combat-focused. But for players that want to focus more on character building and have mechanics that are more, the slowdown, that are more directly related to character building, they should try different game systems. The only one off the top of my head is, like, Pathfinder, but I know there's tons and tons and tons of tabletop games out there. I know even, like, I've got some of the itch.io fundraiser bundles that they've done in the past. Even those tend to have tons of tabletop games, even like little ones for like 1 or 2 players. Maybe we as a society need to get away from the chokehold that Dungeons & Dragons has on the role-playing experience. Yeah, like, D&D does, to my understanding, like, very specific things. And then the issue arises when people want to do specific things in their tabletop campaign that D&D is not built around. Which, you know, you can still, if you have a creative GM, you can get around that, but there might be a game that better suits what one is trying to accomplish. You've played a lot of systems. D&D 5th edition is your least favorite, and you hate to have it take that hot. That's what I've heard a lot of people who do a lot of tabletop say. And it's particularly like D&D 5e that has the chokehold. I'm gonna eat this Wiggler. A Wiggler is a metaphor for Dungeons & Dragons. Oh yeah, that's right. We gotta get away from D&D as a society. It's demonic. It's satanic. It will, you know, encourage your children to, think creatively and to collaborate with one another. And to solve problems in inventive and possibly even non-violent ways. And we can't be having that. That's wrong. The whole satanic panic thing was way before my time, but just, it's wild hearing about. I mean, I say it's way before my time, but, I mean, even then, you know, then there was the whole, like, video games cause violence. Let me take a sip of water, hang on. There we go. Anyway, but yeah, the whole, like, video games are rotting our brains and causing violence. Now, granted, when you watch my streams, and how my brain does seem to be actively rotting right now, granted, that is from the heat, but also with the maniacal glee that I cheerfully throw Yoshi down pits, etc. with. Now, maybe there could be something to that, but nobody ever cites Super Mario World as a game that's inciting violence. It's always like Grand Theft Auto. Like, come on, cowards. Expand your mind. Fifth edition is the only game where you have to reread the rulebook 4 times, take notes each time, consult them throughout the games, and still not have a comprehensive grasp on it. I mean, like, I've flipped through some D&D manuals before, and it's really daunting. Even just as a player, there's a lot of things to keep track of, and there's a lot of granularity that it offers if one wants that. Like, even things like tracking precisely how much weight your character is carrying in all their loot. And which is great if you want to do that kind of really in-depth role-playing, but I know for me that would just make my eyes glaze over. Points to the cheesiest FMV game ever. This game will destroy our children. What, Night Trap? I'm sure there's probably cheesier FMV games out there. In fact, I feel like saying cheesy FMV game is redundant. But I'm sure there's tons out there. I just know Night Trap was the big one that people would point at. Which I've seen some of it played, and it's the kind of thing you look at and you go, this is what people were getting up in arms over? This goofy Scooby-Doo simulator? Night Trap was the big scapegoat for 90s pearl clutching. Oh, Yoshi. Yoshi. There we go. Eat the fire. Ooh. I'm like half reading chat during this. Because, you know, I love the discussions that seem to happen during games like this. Like, the more I have to pay attention to intricate platforming, the more entertaining it is to read what people are saying about the discussion du jour. Du jour, sorry. My bad French pronunciation is hurting me too. Get it. Get it. Get it. Okay, there we go. Got. We're free. We're free of the bullet pit. We're not free of the bullet pit. I mean, I could, of course, do, you know, the obvious thing. Well, that was not what I was referring to by the obvious thing. I was referring to, just ditching Yoshi. Oh, come on, to get up there, but that's fine, too. That's fine, too. It's not fine, too. I'm most certainly going to die. Yeah. Hang on, I'm gonna have to trudge back and get power up, so then I can actually read chat. Everyone's like, Mortal Kombat and GTA are making our kids violent. And then you're like, swear on me, mum, if this armless kids game keeps killing me, I'ma slap a Karen. Now, was that intended to be read in a very thick, poor imitation of Cockney accent? I don't think so, but when you say swear on me, mum, it's just the rest comes out like that. There's an FMV game that came out a few years ago called Contradiction that's a point-and-click adventure game where you talk to people and solve a mystery by catching people in lies. I've heard of that one, actually. I mean, I know that it exists. I don't know about its reputation. I've not seen a playthrough, but it's cool that, you know, people still are making FMV games. The lead is mega cheesy, but it's kind of neat. Well, as I said, when you say cheesy FMV game, it's kind of redundant. I feel like there's a certain amount of cheese expected in FMV. I don't know, has anyone played or like experienced like in a Let's Play or something, an FMV game that was not cheesy? And I know cheese is also very... Okay, he's gone. Is also very, subjective. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to go back again. Jeez. This is appalling. This is outrageous. It's not groovy. It's not awesome. Not way cool. I wish it was way cool. Certainly is gnarly, though. Does this mean anything to you? Holding up evidence dramatically. I mean... I don't know, if I was a detective and I was doing like the whole Hercule Poirot lining people up and decisively outlining the entirety of their crimes, I would think I would get a little dramatic about it. Oh, thank you, Fresno. You stay cool. Anybody who's suffering under this heat wave, please stay cool. Don't let your brain melt like mine is right now. Holy smokes. Imagine if we had FMV versions of stuff like Phoenix Wright. You know, there is the live-action Ace Attorney movie, which I still haven't gotten to see. I remember I found like a download of it or something once forever ago, and I wanted to watch it, but I had to stop, like, really quickly on because the subtitles were terrible. Really? Come on, man. Come on, man. Why? Like, I know we're all going through it right now, but come on, man. Hang on. Okay. What was I saying? Something... I'm so tired, I can't think anymore. What was I saying? Oh, that's it. The live-action Ace Attorney movie. I tried watching, but the subtitles were terrible. And, like, you could tell... The people who did it seem to be of the mindset of, like, anything that's English localized is inherently evil. Or at least inferior because A, the subtitles use people's Japanese names exclusively, which is a little disorienting when one is, you know, used to Phoenix Wright over Ryuichi Naruhodo, etc. Oh, come on, man, give me... Why? You know what, let's just forget getting the Yoshi. Let's just keep going. But also, the subtitles were just really stiff, and in a way, like no one like how no one actually talks. It was taking me out of the movie, and I thought if I try to watch the Ace Attorney movie like this, it's going to ruin it for me. And I want to enjoy this experience. Oh, come on. Detective Mori on the scene. Detective arriving on the scene. Come on, man. I'm just here with my little spring. Phantasmagoria works at times, but it still has a cheese factor. You've barely seen the sequel, but you think that one is less cheesy, too. Gosh, what was Phantasmagoria about? I love reading about, just bizarre old adventure games and game design. It's just a subject that I find oddly fascinating. And I've read about Phantasmagoria before, but I can't recall what it entails. Claire, I'm so glad you understood the Disco Elysium callback I was going for. I was unsure if that would go anywhere, but I'm so glad. Oh, come on, please. Okay. Okay. No, I don't have time for your shenanigans right now. I just want to leave. Oh, good. It's full of fish, and fire, and Galoombas. Great stinking Galoomba. No, you can't hurt me. No. What did I just say? Ah. Yeah, it's not a politician's speech where everything's got to be accurate lest horrible things happen. It's entertainment. I think that's something that just really hampers subtitles for me, is that when they're really rigid in the way that no one talks, it just takes me out of a piece of media. Come on, man. Like, especially Maya Fey should not sound like a normal person when she talks. And I mean this with the utmost affection. I love Maya. Excuse me. Excuse me. My boots are not Gucci. Words and fire can hurt me. Did anyone catch the terrible stream title I made for Metroid on Friday? Was that what that was an allusion to, or just what I said? You can't hurt me. Oh. Maybe I should go get a mushroom somewhere. Both. Good. Phantasmagoria is about a couple who moves into a mansion owned by a mysterious man. The husband starts behaving strangely, and it's up to the wife, you, to recover the history of the mansion and the former owner. You know, I think I saw a Let's Play of that forever ago, now that I read that summary. And now, if you ask me what happened in the game Phantasmagoria, I would be able to tell you. I think at some point you go, like, to the town or whatever that's near the mansion? Or I could just be conflating it with another game. And yes, I did object to the translation of the Ace Attorney movie. There is a town. Okay, so yeah, probably it is the game I'm thinking of that I saw a Let's Play of forever ago. It's somewhat infamous for some of the deaths that occur in the game. I don't remember it all, and I'm gonna have to go look again. As I said, there's something about learning about old adventure games that's entertaining to me. I don't know what it is. I think it's neat, too, that in this day and age, you see more, like, adventure games of that sort, the pointy-clicky sort and whatnot. After they kind of went the way of the dodo for a while, but I guess now with indie games and game development being more accessible, that no longer are more point-and-click adventure games and FMVs inaccessible or just not being made anymore. I don't know, it's too hot to think. I can't be erudite on a day like today. You kidding me? This is not the day for Maury to have thoughtful discussion. People in the chat can certainly have thoughtful discussion about game design and whatnot, but not me. I'm just here trying not to die. Trying not to get hit by hammers and shot. That's what it's like in America, right? Hammers and guns. Some of them would be kind of horrific if they weren't over the top. Oh. Alright. Just into the fire pit. Oh, hang on a minute. Wuh. 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 Do I gotta do the... I mean, I don't have to do the walk of shame back to get more power-ups, but I'm doing it anyway because I'm barely lucid as is with power-ups. I think I have already sweat like another person's worth in the last hour. On the topic of indie games, you have a news that is a little off topic, but Veritas comes out on the 22nd and will be like $7 USD. Oh yeah, if any of you here recall me streaming Prodigal or Curse Crackers, the new game by the same devs coming out on the 22nd, Veritas, which will be a sequel to Prodigal. And you should just play them anyway, because they're good. Prodigal, especially if you like classic top-down 2D Zeldas like me. And Curse Crackers is a very satisfying platformer. Yoshi buried alive with his friend like Mr. Smithers. They did, I think, finally stop adding things to Prodigal, but you never know. Could always be more things. I still can't believe how robust that post-game is. Why? Come on, Yoshi, just a little fire. Just a little fire. I mean, look at me. I am basically seated in fire right now. Yoshi, please. I'm just having such a time today. Can we just all be friends here? Can we not get shot? Can we not get burnt? Can we not get wiggled upon? Ugh. Oh, please. You know, it's funny. I remember the levels in this game that would traditionally give me a lot of trouble. And this was never one of them. This level should be like a blip on the radar, so to speak. But here I am struggling immensely. Can we not get wiggled upon? Ugh. Worst quality, his wiggles. Okay, I'm just gonna let that fire dissipate. Ugh. Oh. I mean, that's not really what I wanted, but okay. That's fine, I guess. Ugh. Okay, soon we will be free of this mire. Come on. I guess it just stops existing. It goes off that side of the screen and then isn't real anymore. Solipsism. I'm always hoping when I say I need to get out of this miserable mire, somebody will realize I'm just making a Link to the Past joke. I want my Yoshi back, but also I'm scared of that pit. We also, you know what? No, I don't want my Yoshi back. Forget it. I've had it up to here. Free me. I'm gonna drink some water in celebration. Boy, I've already consumed almost my entire water bottle, and all the ice I jam-packed it with has melted. Ugh. Hello, Sumo Bro. I'm out. Oh, no. We're okay. Oh. Well, I don't know what you expect me to do about that. I'm not going up there. You know, Yoshi, if you want to help me out so badly, you can come down here. And we can talk about it. I am a bit curious about the festival, yeah. What is... See, you're volunteering for it, right? What is it you're doing? I forgot you can't jump on these guys. Oh, well, that's inconvenient. I need your assistance, sir. I am rapidly running out of time. You may have noticed. Well, you probably haven't, because, I mean, why would you be looking at your remaining time in this game when it's never really been an issue, but this level has a very short timer. There we go. I'm free. I'm just gonna have to... I was gonna say I'm just gonna have to gun it, but, yet again, I have been foiled by America's pastime. Ugh. Oh, really, though? What am I supposed to do about a Yoshi all the way up there? Die, I guess. Maybe I should, like, at least try and get a mushroom. The problem is, like, what stage is a mushroom or something? Like, right at... Oh, well, there's a closer one I can get. Right in the Star Road. I've been Randy Johnson. I can just grab... one kinoko. Un champignon o kudasai. Does it hurt when I mix languages like that? It hurts me a little bit, but I'm doing it anyway. Still wild to you that a lot of the MLB games you've been to were in Canada. Really? We have one team. So have you been to Toronto then? Yamete kurasta. Even that hurts. That one hurts me. I have to draw the line at portmanteaus, I think. Oh, you have family near Toronto, I see. Whoa. Well, I hope Toronto has been kind to you for when you were there. I've only been there a few times. But my recollection is that it's impossible to get anywhere downtown in a reasonable span of time. Just because it takes forever to drive anywhere. Oh, it's just coins. I don't need that. And everything is just, I don't know, long and winding and... Traffic is nutty. Ugh. I've also heard people say that, you know, the stereotype is that Canadians are super nice, which of course is not universally true by any metric. But I've heard that in particular Torontonians are ruder is the stereotype. I think it's like Toronto and Quebec. But mostly Quebec if you don't speak French, which is also understandable. You are a super player. Wow. What you remember, never seen a cleaner city. Honestly, that is pretty good for a large metropolis. I think Toronto qualifies as a metropolis. I don't remember its exact population, but... Oh, I did it. I'm free. I'm free. Another drink of water to celebrate. We beat Funky, and now we unlock the Funky mode. Hooray. Everything is dried up and shriveled and brown, just like it is here in, like, late spring, early summer. Actually, not that bad this year, but generally we don't get a lot of rain. Metropolis and Superman is based on Toronto. No joke. I didn't actually know that. That's cool. There is a lot of comic history that I am not aware of. Never really could get into, well, I'd say Western comics, but even like manga. I'm really picky about the art. But especially things like superhero comics. I've never been that fond of the art, but even that aside, there's so many continuities. What do you do if you want to get into them? How do you undo this effect? Return to the special stages? You can't. It's permanent. Everything is permanently autumn. Ow. Canada just lost the soccer game. I'm not surprised. Oh, look, pumpkin. So what that really does, aside from the autumnal look of the overworld, is that a lot of enemies now have their sprites changed. It's just a cosmetic thing. But it's cute. So instead of piranha plants now, they're pumpkins. And I will probably see some more in short order. Not with all these dino rhinos, though. We'll need a different enemy. Hi, Yoshi. Funny thing you learned recently is Gotham City is low-key canonically in New Jersey? Now, I'm gonna need some further clarification on this. And if it is low-key canonically New Jersey, then how come Bats doesn't have a Jersey accent? Wow, did you see that? Did you see that Koopa that I stepped on? It was wearing my face. You have to live with Mario masks? You say that like it's a deterrent. It's because Bats is rich, so he doesn't have the working class accent. Mario, I'm your biggest fat... That's how I show appreciation for all of my fans. Some of them probably would want Mario to step directly on their face. I'm not shaming anyone. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whoop. Batman should, Joker should, Gordon should have an extra strong one, yes. I mean, what, like, Harley Quinn has the accent. The way she says, Mr. J. And then nobody else. You know, Batman raised by Alfred, maybe he should have the same accent that Alfred does. Whatever part of the UK Alfred's accent is from, I don't know. I would not be able to identify it. Never been very good at identifying specifically where certain accents are from. Some of them could benefit from a little shaming. Oh, whoa. Excuse me. Excuse me. You feel like Nolan permanently Chicago'd Gotham in your mind. Gotta take it back. Wait, Harley Quinn doesn't even have the accent before becoming Harley Quinn? Really? That's kind of like one of the biggest things I associate with your characters, the way she talks. And granted, I have not seen very much media with Harley Quinn in it, but oh. That was sort of my impression that the accent is kind of emblematic of the character in a way. I was really hoping those other two boo blocks would follow me. Oh. I mean, those are boos, and they did follow me. It's not really what I wanted. You know what? I'm making up for the fact I barely perished last stream in spades. Oh, and I gotta do this part again. That sucks. Just gotta thread the needle between all these Eries, I suppose. But it's this fishing fellow that I don't like. Give me that. Those boos blocked my progress. They sure did. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, well. I don't want to go in that pit. Okay. Okay, let me in the door. Okay. Okay, now I'd prefer if you don't hit me before I get that mushroom. Okay, cool. No, I'm just gonna recruit these ones. They're all in a nice little group together. Okay. Your read was always that she was trying to sound professional for this job, but on the weekend, after a few drinks, that is absolutely what she sounds like. That's gotta be a thing, right? Like, people whose, let's say their natural accent is something that some people unfairly prejudice as sounding unprofessional or uneducated. So they make an effort to hide it in a professional environment. Like, I've heard people, you know, act prejudice against people with a southern accent for similar reasons, which is so unfair. Yeah, code switching is super a thing. I just never stopped to think about changing one's accent as part of code switching. Mario versus the bouncing DVD logo. Here, the coins you collect or the time remaining can change your progress. Can you find the special goal? Let's find out. I'm actually gonna go really fast. After I throw Yoshi into the pit, of course. As is tradition. There's a clip from the critic that says basically what I said word for word. Like how unfair it is that people will be unfairly prejudiced based on their accent. Whoa. See ya, Yoshi. Okay, see ya, Big Me. Please explain this level to you. What, like in an essay? No! 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 Oh, hello, welcome, and thank you. I'm so sorry that you had to see me get obliterated by the spirit of American baseball. Just as that happened. I don't know if I can explain this level in an essay form, but generally, either your time remaining or your total amount of coins will affect what the next area you go into is. And that will affect whether or not you get the secret exit for this level. So my strategy for the secret exit is just to go as fast as possible, which should get you the secret exit. And I was on my way to getting the secret exit before I was obliterated by the spirit of America's pastime. They had me in a rundown, it's true. I guess I did step on his head. I did insult America's pastime, indirectly. There we go. Oh. Uh-oh, this one's gonna come at me now. Okay, we're good, we're good. I'm just gonna let this feather delicately come down. Oh, actually, I do need to hustle, I believe. Thought that was gonna be the last. Oh, I don't! This is the last area. Just kidding. Okay, there we go. Never mind, we good. I think I get on base for that. I'm hit by a pitch. That's right, it was all deliberate. Weirdly, that made me think of... I don't know if anyone here has played Mario Superstar Baseball, which, unsurprisingly, is the Mario Baseball game. On, the GameCube. And also the Wii, I think. The point is that, did you know if you hit Donkey Kong with a pitch, like if you deliberately hit him with it, he'll actually charge at the pitcher on the mounds? I mean, the camera cuts away, but... I'm just gonna wait a little bit. I'm gonna drink some water. I don't actually know how many seconds I have to wait for the next area to be different. Let's go with 220. That seems good. There we go. Okay, here we go. Different area. I'm in the wreck zone. Which is funny to think about because lately, again, I've been playing Metroid Dread. I don't remember if the game officially designates the areas with the Emmy robots as Emmy zones, but That's what I've been calling them. I think it does. Either that or I just started independently calling them the Emmy Zones. But spent a lot of time wandering around Emmy Zones, thinking, where am I going? And then smacking the Emmys away when they get too close. It's like, I'm trying to navigate. Can you leave me alone? Stop trying to instant kill me. I'm not impressed. It's when you enter the pipe with a 1 on your timer. Oh. All the Mario baseball games have similar names, and you never remember what's for where. There's the one on the GameCube, and I think one on the Wii. You'd think I would know, because I've played them both. I played the GameCube one more, though. But they're good. I think they are a good Mario sport game. Apparently some people, like, even now play them competitively, which is cool. I didn't know there was a bustling, I don't know how bustling, but there is at least to a degree a bustling tournament scene for Mario Superstar Baseball, and I think that's cool. Also, look at this guy. Look at that he looks kind of like he's having some sort of internal crisis. You know, the way he's just pacing back and forth restlessly. Have I wasted my life leaving myself trapped on a single cube for all of eternity? Super Sluggers, that's it. Couldn't remember. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I deserve that. I deserve that for that petty act of violence. Petulantly spitting out that man's face. Yeah. That's on me. Oh wait, I have a mushroom. I should use that. Hang on. There we go. Delicious. You played this all day Saturday on your anniversary stream. Good taste and also happy anniversary stream. I hope it was a good stream. This game is always such a comfort to me, which is why I started streaming it initially the previous week, because I was beset by a terrible sinus headache and I did not want to do anything more complicated. And now it's fitting because today, although my sinuses are clear, I am beset with a terrible heat wave. And although my sinuses are clear, my neural pathways are not. They are barely functioning right now. I think myself and, like, my future self, my past self, like, every iteration of me in every universe is just retroactively covered in a fine sheen of sweat because it's so hot. So I'm just going to blame most of these silly, embarrassing deaths on the fact I am not firing on all cylinders and may, in fact, only be firing on 1 or 2 cylinders. It's storming badly there. Do you want to trade? Would anyone like to trade? Just for, you know, slightly more temperate weather, especially if you're one of those folks that likes the heat. Okay, the goal is up there, but oh, I forgot the blue one's kick. I'm just gonna... Actually, I don't remember if I need to cape properly to get over here. Oh well. Nope, I'm good. Oh. That's okay, I didn't actually need that life, because I have 99 again, so it's fine. My current splat title is good, but it may be time for Overheated Heat Hater to ride again. You know what? I was thinking about that earlier today. I'm gonna need to change my Splatoon title back to Overheated Heat Hater. It's Little Bird right now, which I think is cute. But yeah, Overheated Heat Hater, which was my splat title for a good chunk of the previous year, I think may need to make a comeback. You even did the 99 life challenge. What is that? I was informed of just last week that some people have done a food percent run of this game, where every time they UFO abduction, was it you that mentioned it? Someone did, about how if you clear a level with a food name in it, that you need to consume something that either is or contains that food. I mean, They did say the food specifically, but I just don't think you should... Okay, it wasn't UFO abduction. Someone did. Point is, don't drink shots of vanilla extract. Don't do that to yourself. Expensive. Finish the game with 99 lives remaining. Okay, okay. So basically just get to bows with all your lives and then don't die. That's, I think, a lot more reasonable than consuming an entire smorgasbord. A mukbang stream with a twist. Boy, I hope that's how you say that. I've only heard it said out loud, like, maybe twice. You suggest eating Mario enemies. It's not out of character. That's true. Which is also a kind of mukbang stream with a twist. You could pour the vanilla into milk first. That's true. A more appropriate game to stream for an anniversary is Paper Mario. Why Paper Mario specifically? I'm curious about the rationale. Not that I'm saying it's not a good idea, because I should restream Paper Mario. I did that forever ago, but you know, like it's old. The recordings are kind of janky. I want something better. So I'm gonna go back and do this now before I forget. Old-time anniversary gifts. Is that like the whole, like for certain anniversaries you give your partner something based on a particular theme? Whoa. Now, what those themes are, I absolutely do not remember, but I've just heard people say it in passing before. Boy, those footballs. They must be Canadian. I think Super Mario World's a more fun game to stream than Uno anyway. Now, granted, I've never seen Uno stream. Maybe Uno gets really heated. I guess I have seen, the ersatz version of Uno from, Clubhouse Games. I want this. Don't hit me with a football. Which anniversary is the vanilla extract anniversary? Oh, the first year is paper. I see. So give your partner a nice card, maybe some origami, or just, really? Stacks of fat cash. Mario, why did you stop sliding? I know the slope changed a little bit, but you were supposed to kick all those buzzy beetles. It was gonna be great. Come on, Mario, why did you... Mario. You were gonna play Mario 3 a couple weeks ago, but your, hardware was acting strangely. Don't you hate that? Just gotta blow into the cartridge. Of course. What we do on real hardware. Like this. Oh, how... You know what, that let us appreciate the way Mario comically flails on his way down. You're not bonking all the buzzy beetles, Mario. You're derelict in your duties. Should probably throw that before the buzzy beetle inside comes out. You know, I have trust issues. I want to just slide down the slope and kick all the buzzy beetles. But as soon as the topology angles a little bit, it stops working. And then my foot gently touches the outside of a buzzy beetle and I die. If only I had the stone power. If only Kirby was here. Kirby would solve all the problems here, and or make them worse. Probably unleash some sort of cosmic horror upon Dinosaur Island, but I mean, Mario is already here, so it's not really a downgrade, maybe a side grade. Come on, Mario. Come on, Mario. Come on, Mario. Uh-oh. Charging Chucks. I still want to call them Football Sam, the Football Man, which is what I kept calling them when I was playing Captain Toad. I don't know why, I just started calling them Football Sams, even though they're not. But then I realized I can't do it as a bit, because I'm worried somebody's gonna call me out like, Maury, it's the Charging Chucks. And no. Cause of death, ankle slightly buzzed. Like how I got gently wiggled on in the forest. Oh, hello, Sparrow. You're taking a break from your first Tears of the Kingdom playthrough, and wow, the dungeon maps are awful. I can't say I like the ones in Breath of the Wild either, but I mean, I don't know if you could really call them dungeons in the traditional Zelda sense. I don't know what they're like in Tears of the Kingdom at all. But yeah, I know the other, I think just during Metroid Prime the other day, you're talking about games with good maps. Metroid Dread is such a good map. The ones in Breath of the Wild are totally different. Oh, so what do... So I don't actually know much about Tears of the Kingdom because, you know, I haven't played it yet, and thus I haven't seen anyone play it. Does it actually have dungeons in the traditional Zelda sense? Because that was something I felt that Breath of the Wild lacked, but then I guess, oh, Breath of the Wild does not have a lot of things that I enjoy about the Zelda series. I've said during Prime that I thought Breath of the Wild, for what it was trying to do, was fine, but for me personally, it was not, again, emblematic of a lot of the things I liked in the Zelda series, and part of that is the dungeons. You know, the shrines are cool little self-contained challenges, but I miss a good dungeon, you know? Temples, they're sort of traditional. How are the maps bad? This I gotta know. I think it's interesting hearing people talk about things that they did not like in games that are generally met with, you know, fairly universal acclaim. Not that I'm like looking for people to hate on it, but rather when games have, and I guess this goes for any piece of media, have such universal acclaim that it almost gets to the point where people might not want to speak up about what didn't work for them because, you know, some people take liking games, like Nintendo games, very personally. And if someone doesn't like it, they may view it as a personal attack. I do not get the educational station here. I don't know if that's an American thing or not, but even then, I never watch TV. I don't remember the last time I watched TV. The shrines in Breath of the Wild would be a lot more memorable if there weren't so many of them, that too. The maps are just blue blobs and random dots with no intuitive sense of what rooms you've been to and what the dots are. Oh no. Oh no. You know, maybe that particular incarnation of Link is just not good with navigation. I mean, his world is huge. And he was asleep for a century. So I wouldn't blame him. Oh, it's an American channel. Alas. Yeah, it's kind of not... What word would I use? I don't know if I'd use the word weird, but it's certainly jarring when someone takes an objective critique of something as a very personal statement. And now, I don't mean a critique in the sense of, like, I've definitely seen people hate on stuff in a very non-helpful fashion, or making very large blanket statements about, like, oh, if anybody who likes this piece of media or whatever, you have no taste or you're bad or whatever, which is not helpful. But again, like, objective critiques and then people taking it like a personal attack is a whole different can of worms. Link incarnated as Zoro One Piece. I don't know which one of these is the best one to go in. Oh, that one. Probably. Oh well. You know what the real stinger is, though? You've played and beaten every Zelda game save for the DS games. Poor Phantom Hourglass, can I say. And Spirit Tracks too, but especially Phantom Hourglass had good stuff. Anyway, and the open world ones and Breath of the Wild really just put you to sleep. I guess not that it put me to sleep, certainly. I mean, I played Breath of the Wild and I enjoyed what I played of it. But I also just don't really gel with open world games. I don't know if it's a side product of my magpie brain, but I like having more structure and more tangible goals. And well, it's, I think, very cool and very impressive that Breath of the Wild is so expansive in ways that a lot of open world games aren't, where if you see a place, you can go there. I think that's really cool. But open world is just kind of overwhelming in a sense when there's so many options and so many places you can go. You were all expecting me to hit that P switch while I was standing over the gap, weren't you? Weren't you? Oh, the DS games are just because you couldn't access them at the time. That's understandable. I don't know how easy they are to get a hold of. But also, they kind of cramp your wrist while playing. And yeah, they're not the smoothest to control. You find shrines fun, you just feel like you're playing Portal and not a traditional Zelda dungeon. I do give them respect for trying something different. And also looking at, like, how we have Echoes of Wisdom coming out soon, that they're trying something different, but they're not throwing to the wayside all the established tropes of previous entries in the series, which I also think is great. So you have that open world Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom style gameplay for those who love it, but also it's not like we're throwing all the Zelda conventions in the garbage. Sorry, Mori. You know, I wasn't sure I was gonna beat this because of the heat, but you know, I'm here, I've done all this, let's just go. Yeah, I forgot Nintendo went proprietary with the physics that they put in Tears of the Kingdom, which is wild. I mean, I guess. I think that's another thing that, like, I've played Breath of the Wild. I mean, you know, if somebody put Tears of the Kingdom right in front of me and said, you should try this, Mori, I mean, probably would, but I'm not rushing to play it. And part of that, aside from, you know, open world games not really clicking with me, is also all the crafting mechanics and how you can make stuff. And I know for some people that's a huge selling point. But for me, it's like, I don't want to spend time making devices and contraptions. It's sort of why playing Minecraft does not hold any appeal to me, because I kind of need framework, or I start feeling overwhelmed, or I get ideas in my head, and then I can't make them come to fruition in a way that I find satisfying, and then I get frustrated and disillusioned. Yeah, open world crafting is everywhere. And it's kind of a tiresome trend. Oops. I know again, I know some people love it, and that's something I want to be very clear about, not just now, but when I stream generally, that I do not want to, nor do I intend to sound like I am hating on anything that makes people happy. This is just me saying it is not for me. But yeah, I don't like open world crafting. It's too much for me. Like, there are certain terms that will put me off a game when I hear them, and open world crafting is a big one. And also, like, farming sim. This is coming from someone who's played a lot of Harvest Moon, but I guess just because it's just the market oversaturation. But again, this is me and how I like to play games. I like more focused experiences. Good job, Mario. Wendy O. Koopa in Castle Number 6 has sung her last song. Mario must meet the challenge that is now before him. There is a sunken ship that appears to be a gateway to the Valley of Bowser. Roguelike open world farming sim with crafting. No. I like roguelikes though. You did not play Breath of the Wild, but you've heard Tears of the Kingdom is more guided. And you agree you don't find the devices that exciting, but you don't need a lot. That's good. I was worried like you would have to make big contraptions, like Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts. Oh, can I go down here? I can't. Totally looks like there should be a little secret under there, but I can't seem to get there. That's a shame. Oh yeah, so bullet bills are now Pidgeots, which were enemies from Mario 2. Now the Boids. You say this is a Breath of the Wild enjoyer. Zelda is such a narrowly defined series that you're sympathetic to people who don't like it. Whoops. But again, I'm glad that they feel that they have the latitude to try something different. So then you kind of get sort of the opposite problem with like the endless new Super Mario Bros. Games, which were fine. But it's kind of damning with faint praise when the best you could say about them is that they're fine, they're functional, but they don't spark joy. And oh boy, and even if it doesn't always work out, I do respect sort of Nintendo's commitment to trying new things as opposed to just rehashing the same thing over and over again. Doesn't always work, but you know, sometimes it does. Sometimes you get cool stuff out of it. Goodbye, Yoshi. You live here now. This is your sunken ship. Roguelike is the one that doesn't for you. Although this game sounds cool. Oh, they said the word. My Marie is not condoed by them, correct? Ghost Pirate Yoshi. Maybe the Space Pirates would let him join. Or the Chozo Ghost will let him join. Like, one of the two. Can I get one more good hit in? Nope. Oh well. Wow. Oh, I missed the orb. Aw. You'd rather have a full-on sci-fi Zelda that's structured classically than have them start to open the format of the series any further. I think it would be interesting if they, Oh, hang on. We have to admire this cool stone maw that I don't know if Bowser commissioned or it just already looked like that, but pretty cool. You didn't have an NES, so you didn't know that's an airship from Mario 3. I didn't know that for the longest time either. But yeah, that's a crashed airship from Mario 3 that was, which is a cool little throwback. But, to go back a little bit, I think it'd be cool if they did a sci-fi Zelda at some point, because I think even early concepts for Link to the Past were more sci-fi in their scope. I think that could be interesting. I don't mind if, you know, my Zelda has a different coat of paint. What matters is it fun to play? These are cool moles, these Mondo moles. They might even be the third strongest, or at least 4. People had a meltdown when they introduced trains to Zelda. People also had a meltdown when they introduced Wind Waker. You can't win. There's always going to be the crowd that hates change. And again, to a point, I get it, because there's that fear that if they change it too much, they're going to get rid of the things that you enjoyed about a series. But also, you know, especially when a game isn't even out yet. Let them cook, as they say. Sci-fi Zelda, modern-day Fire Emblem. Yeah, that's bringing to mind the, what was it called again? Was it like Tokyo Mirage Session Sharp FE? When they announced that Persona, or sorry, not Persona, the Mega 10 and Fire Emblem crossover, and people had all these ideas in their head about what it might look like, and then we got the thing that nobody expected, which is like singing anime idols Fire Emblem with Mega 10 mechanics, which I've heard is actually a pretty good game mechanically. But I don't know if I personally would be able to handle the amount of, like, sheer anime nonsense that's going on. No, I haven't played it myself. I don't know. I can't make that assumption. But I've seen, like clips of, like, the song attacks, and I think this is a little too idol culture for me. With the squeaky vocalists. I don't know if how the story is. I guess it would depend on how good the story is. If a game has trains, you're automatically on board. Zelda in space would be amazing. Now, do you mean the franchise in space or the princess herself in space? I mean, either way, I do agree. But I think it would be funny if you know, only Princess Zelda gets to go to space. Come on. Come on, let me have it. Thank you. Both. Good. You have never heard of this. If I told you that, you would swear I was joking. You mean the Mega 10 Fire Emblem crossover that's, like, very much idle trappings with Mega 10 mechanics. The Hyrule Space Program, now we're talking. When a unit's HP reaches 0, they are perma-graduated. Somehow even more insidious. Yeah, that's the name that Tenrose just typed out. Tokyo Mirage Session Sharp FE. That's how you say it. So many series have idle characters, there's no one joining garage bands. So what I'm hearing is, like, Love Live is out, and then, well, I can't even say, I mean, K-On! had the bands, but it's not really a garage band. Boy, I don't even remember how I got on this train of thought, except for just strange crossovers. Oh, it was judging games before one has even played them themselves. That's it. And just instantly declaring this is bad. This is not what I personally wanted. And again, I understand feeling disappointed, but also, I probably should have just gunned it there. Oh well. The music major in you laments the missed opportunity of sharp F-E. I don't know how I should say it. Oh, no, I was looking at chat. I don't know how I should say that verbally, which should be an actual chord. You know, I died for the music joke. It's fine. It's fine. I accept this. Hello, Swoop. Do not perceive me. Has anyone here actually played Tokyo Mirage Sessions? I do know a couple of people off stream that have, and they like it. Again, I don't know how the story is, though. I don't know if it's one of those things where, like, the story's subpar, but the mechanics are great. Or, you know, the story's actually great, but the mechanics are weird, or maybe everything's good. You started it and didn't finish it before you sold your Wii U stuff. Didn't it get ported to the Switch, I think? Like, when they were porting so many Wii U titles to the Switch. I feel like, okay, they did. I'm not making that up. It also reminds me, in a way, at some point, someday I would like to play Shin Megami 5 Vengeance, because I've heard it's very good. But I'm still bitter that I foolishly paid the Atlas tax. Now, granted, I did get the original Mega 10 5 while it was on sale, but even then, a little disheartening knowing that Atlas always releases a newer version of their games with, you know, that's more feature complete. I should have waited, but I was a fool. And it might have been like what they did for Mega 10 4, where Mega 10 4 Apocalypse was like its own story, I think. Anyway, I was thinking about it, not just because Mega 10, but Shin Megami Tensei 5, aside from also being a Mega 10 game, is a game that I thought mechanically was really cool, and presentation-wise and music-wise I really enjoyed it, but the story was kind of a letdown. Surprise, this is where the secret exit is. This is the secret exit I had to find for somebody on their GBA for them, because it's pretty hard to find if you didn't know it was there. You may have to pick it back up then, because you did like what you played. Well, maybe you should. Uh-oh. I don't know what I was thinking there. Was that also my Persona 5 take? Mechanically good, but story was kind of a letdown? Yeah. That's the thing I don't think I could really get into without spoilers, but generally, and Persona 4 also did this, there's certain aspects in their narratives that feel kind of hypocritical in a way that, not put me off this, because I mean, I like Persona 5. I had fun playing it. But certain things in their narratives felt hypocritical in a way that felt narratively jarring. I'll give you a very early example. There's late game ones. Oh, don't even get the pity feather, you just get squished. So the very first palace, your first antagonist in Persona 5 is the creepy gym teacher who abuses all of his students that are under his care and also makes very uncomfortable sexual advances towards the girls. And he is portrayed as a creep, as he should be. But the problem is that while the narrative is condemning his behavior, at the same time, it's also doing things like very overtly sexualizing characters like An, you know, who are teenage girls in high school. And it feels very hypocritical. Like, okay, you're rightfully condemning this man for, you know, sexualizing high schoolers and just generally being a creep. But then you're also kind of doing it to your own character, so you're sending a very mixed message. Oopsie. Doesn't the game encourage you to romance a teacher? It doesn't encourage you per se. But if you do her social link, it does give you that option. And yeah, it's kind of weird. And I wish it didn't, because, you know, I thought it was, you know, like, the social link was fine until it gives you that option. I thought, I don't want it, I'm you know, it's just fantasy, but it feels kind of weird, a little bit. And I feel like, I don't know what happens if you pursue that route, but I feel like your teacher should be like, what? No. What are you talking about? Absolutely not. What's wrong with you? Oh, okay, sorry, I have to pay attention to that, lest I get speared again. I think this is ultimately why the Persona series needs older protagonists, especially for the kind of stories they're telling. And I think the whole thing about sort of embracing your inner self is a universal narrative theme. You don't need high schoolers to do it. I mean, I get that it makes sense, you know, a point of change and turmoil and self-discovery in a lot of people's lives, but it's not the only point of change and turmoil and self-discovery in a lot of people's lives. Lives, not wives, gracious. And yeah, the whole, I guess I didn't even think about the hypocrisy of being able to date a teacher in Persona 5, but yeah, that's definitely another weird, maybe it's not a strike against it, it's just narratively jarring. Like, I think it's totally fine for works of fiction to engage in controversial themes as long as it's done thoughtfully. But yeah, Persona 5 just kind of felt weirdly hypocritical in some ways. Like, I'm getting mixed messages from you, game. Yeah, it's not just date the teacher. There's a few social links with adult women that partway through you're given the option to romance them. You don't have to, thank God, but it felt kind of weird. I mean, at least it lets you opt out, I suppose. And it kind of casts a pall on things too, because, you know, I like the friendship angle, and I think multi-generational friendships are important because, you know, all different life experiences and whatnot. But then when they try and put in the romance angle, like, I don't like this. It feels uncomfortable. Not for me. Anyway, long story short, Persona good mechanically, but the narrative, I think, leaves a bit to be desired. which is also a shame in some ways because I like, generally, the Persona series does good character building for like all your party members. I think it's one of its strengths, is that you get a lot more depth. Oh, I should have just kept going. Oh well. Than you might in some other RPGs, and depth in ways that I think is probably more relatable to a lot of the player base, because you're not playing in, you know, a high fantasy world like Final Fantasy. You're, you know, playing as a bunch of kids in high school, which is a more relatable experience than, say, what the characters in something like Final Fantasy might go through, I assume. I don't know what people get up to on their off time. Maybe you're all saving the world and carrying around huge swords when you're not watching my streams to chill. I don't know. They play Blitzball. I should have known, man. I'd play Blitzball right now with how hot it is. That seems genius, really. Playing a sport in a pool. You can keep it temperature controlled. I guess you would have to hold your breath for a long time, though, which could be tricky, but... I am not good at pinball. I mean, granted, I've not played pinball in a long time. I feel like, well, not that I'm bad, but just very mediocre at pinball. I'm too gentle to the tables. Honestly, you'd wield a giant sword if you could. I mean, it does sound fun. I'm not gonna lie. Whoa, don't pick that up. But logistically... like, I feel like my satchel is not big enough even for... like, if I want to put a book in my satchel, it's so heavy. It just weighs on me for the rest of the day. So carrying around a giant sword, too, I don't know. Okay, I think this is where I need to go up. I think. Now, how far up, I don't remember. Okay, well, that stopped. Excuse me, booze. This level, I remember, in Mario World Remade from memory, was also a lot harder than it needed to be. Oh, that's lucky, I think. Actually, can you, No! No, I wanted to take that hit deliberately so I could fit. Wait, give me the cape feather. Give me the cape feather. I might still be able to make this work, maybe. Kill one of those green bubbles. Can you kill the green bubbles? No, I can't make this work. Ah, heck. I'm sure it was play-tested, but... if it was... I think if it was, like, people peer-reviewed it to make sure it was more accurate, then I think you would lose the made-from-memory aspect of it. Oh. Well, that's okay, because this door's another exit, so that works out. I think we're fine. Oh, you could slide down the stairs. You in real life, I put a water bottle in my bag, it's too heavy. You in RPGs and tabletop games, what's another 50 pounds of weapons in your bag? I mean, it's not you carrying them. It's your player character, so it's fine, right? We actually had, there was a fire alarm go off in the building the other day. Everything's fine. Hey, I did it! There was no fire. Apparently, I saw in the irritable email sent out from building management earlier this morning that it was caused by somebody was like frying something in their kitchen and it was making a lot of smoke, and they instead of opening a window or the fume hood above their stove to clear out the smoke, they opened the door to the hallway to clear out the smoke, which set off all the smoke detectors in the whole building, so everybody had to evacuate. Anyway, I took Onyx out in his carrier, and I didn't want to wait for the elevators back up when they finally let us back into the building. So I just hauled Cat and his carrier up the stairs. Good arm workout. Okay, I hope that's good. I guess I could just hit the switch and then let this go, but I'm kind of a coward. Oh no, I got in there. Why can't I get in here? Please, no. No, I should be able to do that. Oh. I was kind of worried that I had set the smoke alarm off somehow. Which is weird because I was using the slow cooker at the time. And I thought, how on earth would I have set off the fire alarm? Like, was there an electrical shortage? But then I realized, oh no, it's all the alarms in the building are going off. I was in the middle of Metroid Dread, jeez. You stopped evacuating your last place because it was always just weed. Oh. Oh. What? The betrayal. Come on, man. I know there's a star that comes down, but I don't need it. I'm good. Famous last words. Hello, Lane. How are you? I feel like we're gonna be in this ghost house for a while. Because I just keep screwing this up. Oh, does it? It just doesn't work anymore, I guess. It's like you tried. Come on, Mario. Okay, it's not happening. Ugh. Hang on. I thought somehow I screwed it up. But no, it's gone now. You had one chance at the bridge. And it is no more. You had some busybody types, so they couldn't go outside for it. Is it not legal where you are? I could try to fly up there while crouched. That is an option. I'm just hoping it'll actually let me in. Very much does not want to let me in. I've mentioned before, but sometimes when I have my window open during the heat of the summer, I can smell somebody smoking that stuff. And it just, I mean, well, they're not allowed to smoke in the building here. So there's that, but also I hate the smell. It makes me ill, please. Oh, that's... No, I had it. Oh, yes, yes! Oh, I did it! In your face, ghost! Ugh. Weed is the most ambiguously legal thing. It's legal medically in Florida, but not entirely. Goodness gracious. That seems like an unfortunate gray area. I mean, as I've said before, my policy is your body, your rules. Just don't put other people at risk by doing it. Like by setting fires. Or choking people with that noxious smoke. This is going out specifically to the person who, on a crowded train once, started vaping next to me. So this train was packed, I was sitting next to a window, and then someone sat down next to me and just gabbing on their phone loudly the whole time, which is already just weirdly uncomfortable for me. I don't know about the rest of you, but I really don't like overhearing people's phone calls on the train, especially if it's on speakerphone. This person wasn't on speakerphone, but they were talking about, like, some pretty personal, like, I think medical stuff, and, like, I don't want to be overhearing this. This feels invasive. But then they took out their vape device on the crowded train and started... I thought, no, please, you're not gonna be that brainless in a publicly shared space. But no, they just started blowing vape smoke. So I squeezed myself out of that crowded train car and I found another one. Once when you lived in the dorms in college, it was like midnight and the whole building was evacuated because of the smoke alarms. Apparently someone tried microwaving caramel sauce for a long time. Oh no. That sounds like one of those, like something a person would get from one of those awful, life hack type YouTube channels, which are all a bunch of clickbaity faked videos on like how to make, you know, like easy desserts and crafts and whatnot, and they're all faked. But of course, that's not relevant. We need those sweet clicks. And I'm sure that sounds like a thing they would tell people to do is, oh yeah, make caramel sauce in your microwave. It's fine. Burn the whole building down. Hang on, I really want to read chat, but also I should not fall in the lava. It was very, very cold outside, of course. Gee, I wonder if the caramel culprit was identified. I'm sure they felt very shamefaced about it. What are those Koopas that look like Mario? They are all my doppelgangers, and they wish her to usurp me as the head of the Mario clan. But really, realistically, they are a little reward, I guess, for clearing the special world, that some of the enemy sprites get switched to new variants, and one of them is all the Koopas are now wearing Mario masks instead of shells. All the piranha plants are little pumpkins. All the bullet bills are Pidgeots, like from Mario 2. I feel like there might be a couple more that I'm neglecting. Your little shovel. Go to the beach and build a sandcastle, man. Okay, I need to keep this Yoshi to the end of the level. I know the joke is that I ditch them. Without a second thought. But this one, I need to keep. Do not run into the lava just to spite me. I know you want to, but you must resist the urge. I'm gonna be very careful. Knock on wood. There we go, and this is why that. Wow. The caramel culprits. Hope they done get salty about it. There's a door right next to your desk that you have to open for work, and sometimes people will see the door open and immediately scurry outside to vape. Jeez. Yeah, honestly, what is it with like the habitual vapors being so inconsiderate of other people's feelings? Goodbye, Yoshi. You've served your purpose. You always yell at them not to vape by the door because it stinks up your desk, and they start getting indignant, doubting you could actually smell it. That's... I feel like, and I'm just spitballing, as I don't vape myself, to no one's surprise, but I wonder if part of that might stem from... I know there's some... not a preconceived notion, but I know some people out there seem to be operating under the assumption that vaping is quote-unquote healthier than cigarette smoke, and it's not. I mean, they're both pretty bad for you and the people around you, but I guess it's like the mentality of, well, it's not as bad, and it comes in fun smells, which are not fun at all to experience from an outside perspective. So it's fine if I, like, vape on the train platform, right? Which has all these no smoking signs, or I just vape on the train itself. Yeah, like, I'm not faulting someone who has a nicotine addiction and who has to do what they can to take care of it, but it's, you know, time and place, not on a busy train. I got the 50. That's, I think, my second 50. I think I got one during the first stream of this, too. Okay, don't read chat. I have to pay attention. I'm reading chat. Oh no, stop. But it's these discussions. You get good, thoughtful discussions while I'm streaming these goofy platformers. Which tells me that I need to stream more goofy platformers, evidently. You think mostly being selfish is pretty normalized, sadly. It doesn't have to be. I guess, I wonder if that ties into how a lot of the times on the train, people will be, like, blasting TikTok videos. Like, they'll just be scrolling through TikTok, no headphones or anything. Or listening to music without headphones. And I wonder if such a thing has just become seen as more acceptable. At least here in the West. I don't know what it's like in other parts of the world. But it feels like I'm both eavesdropping on people, even though that's not their intent. But also, I find noise, like, too much noise can get kind of overwhelming for me. And so when I'm already really tired and burnt out after a long day at work, and then I'm listening to someone's TikTok feed at full volume. Oh, hi, Kamek. And again, I don't think it's people trying to, you know, be obnoxious or malicious. I think it's just not stopping to consider maybe not everyone wants to hear it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying not to read chat. I seem to recall this level was also really difficult in Mario World Remade from memory. Oh, hi, Larry. Bye, Larry. Trains need a librarian, a conductor that raps your knuckles. Or a rapper idea, that's true. Knock knock, it's Knuckles. Can I see your ticket, please? Whee! Mario has defeated Larry Koopa in Castle Number 7. All that is left is Bowser's castle, where Princess Toadstool is being held. Can Mario rescue her and restore peace to Dinosaur Land? I hope I didn't miss an exit. This is why you adore quiet cars in the commuter train you take sometimes. I remember a friend telling me that their commute used to involve a quiet car, and I thought, man, I want a quiet car. And I feel like the train system here isn't robust enough for that. And also, like, most of the time, people are pretty good. Also, okay, chat, I'm gonna leave it to you. I'm gonna take a sip of water. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Pick a number. And then I will go in the door. Let me sippy here. The Chocolate Island 2 exit that just loops around to itself. Didn't I get that one? I'm pretty sure I did. Like, I flew under the exit first, and then I went up and got the proper exit, right? 3, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6. Oh, UFO abduction's thinking ahead. Well, 2 has gotten the majority first. Well, then there's 2 3s. I'll just go 2 because it's closer. We get the indoor jungle gym. The McDonald's play place of Bowser's Castle. Of course, the McDonald's in Bowser's Castle is full of spikes and fireballs. These Koopas are just like other people's kids, though. Okay, number 6. I also got both exits in the level that changes based on time and coins, I believe. I got the secret one, and then I got the regular one. But I guess we'll know once I finish this. I can look at the title screen and see what I have missed. And it will say 95, and then you can all point and laugh. And I will understand. This play place is more physically dangerous and less biologically dangerous. That's true. I mean, the fireballs make sure everything is nicely sanitized. I hope those Koopas all wash their hands, though. I liked, you know, like, playing around in ball pits and stuff when I was little in theory. But I've also, like, been jumped on by other children doing swan dives into ball pits, and that kind of sours, the experience. Granted, when you're, like, 4, and the person jumping on you is also 4, they're not gonna do, like, a ton of damage, but it's still uncomfortable. Uh-oh. Oops. How does Bowser navigate his own castle is what you've always wondered. Where are the normal rooms? Yeah, he just flies in his car. There is, in fact, a back door. Which, if you take the back entrance, which I did unlock, but I just didn't take. That was a ninja, by the way. There it goes. It leads you directly here. There's a ninja. Uh-oh. I was hoping the Mecha Koopa would turn around so we could appreciate this ninja. I don't know if it'll, like, save where I was. No, it will not. Well, you know what? Let's do number 3, then. We'll have a chance to see number 3. I like ball pits. I'm a fan of DashCon. Apparently it was just like DashCon's 10th anniversary or something. Wild to think about. Wait until somebody's gonna start saying we should bring back DashCon unironically. And have, like, a real ball pit, but, like, good. And, like, no, please. Did we not learn from our mistakes? Yeah, they didn't have another one, thank God. But just, I saw Sumbler on Tumblr point out that it was like the 10th anniversary of DashCon. Okay, 5, 7, or 8. Whoever picks first, you win the prize. 7, there we go. Oh, and I will hydrate real quick too. Ah, thank you. Your prize is you get one of the Yoshis that I threw down a pit. Oh, this is very Mario 3. Oh no, the gold ones jump, I forgot. I forget if they hurt you on contact, but I don't want to find out. Whoop. Okay. Well, we got to see Bowser's little animatronics. Isn't that cute? Sumbler on Tumblr. Sometimes I find myself wondering how much of the Tumblr lexicon has escaped containment, so to speak. One I was thinking of specifically the other day, has the particular phrase, "How dare you say we piss on the poor?" Has that escaped confinement from Tumblr? Secondhand Yoshis. Also this guy. Hi. Hi, best boy. Looking very green. He's a little nauseous sitting in his clown copter. Sumbler on Tumblr driving a vehicle. That's my legacy, isn't it? Pew. Pew. There he goes. Hang on. Yeah, no wait. Ah, I wanted the screen filling face. That's fine, I guess. Oh no, I thought I could thread the needle. Oh, that's disappointing. Yeah, I'm gonna just go here, because I don't know if it'll make me do the whole castle again, but this is a little faster. And it's very hot, so please excuse me for not doing the whole gauntlet again. It's not that it's very long. But also, I do need to, like, have a cold shower and go to bed, because I am roasting. The bosses in Mario World are probably the worst part about this game, which is saying a lot. Always found them disappointing somewhat. I can see that. They're not very difficult, but then I guess I don't really play this game for wacky boss fights. I guess it would be nice if there was more variation. Oh yeah, there's a checkpoint here now. Between them all. As opposed to like, okay, Iggy and Larry have like the same seesaw. And Wendy and Lemmy are both in the pipes. And Ludwig and Roy and Morton are just scooting. But you know, we're not really playing this for the boss fights, we're playing it for the levels, right? I may sneeze. Hey God. Okay, there we go. Ludwig was so good, like peak boss. I think he lasted the longest out of everyone, didn't he? Yeah, I did it. How do the cool kids on Twitch say it? Let's go. Let's depart. Let us depart. This is what I should have done. Honestly. Hi. That was embarrassing. Don't perceive me, please. Very majestic mode 7, isn't it? Don't you know you must never mute a sneeze in a stream? Oh no, am I missing out on, like, capitalizing on the sneeze economy? Is that how you chase the algorithm? Sir, can you get away from the camera? We can't see. You know, Bowser's gotta go for his close-up. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. Never seen that movie, I can't make that joke. Isn't there a VTuber sneeze wiki? Is there? You know, honestly, I'm not surprised. I'm not even remotely surprised. I'm sure people are, like, probably tracking who has the cutest sneezes. I want to know who sneezes like a grandpa. Who does the dad sneeze? The foghorn. Sorry that we're talking about this while we're fighting you, Bowser. You know what's a good episode of Game Center CX is Super Mario World. It's actually a two-parter, and I think it's from one of the earlier seasons, too. But, boy, Audino really struggled with Bowser here. Kugure! And Dora knows. I did it! Mario's adventure is over. Mario, the princess, Yoshi, and his friends are going to take a vacation. Note, if you're playing as Luigi, his name is not mentioned. Ooh. Ah. They're not even looking at the fireworks, you two. You fools. There's a spectacular light show happening behind you. Why does no one love Luigi? We love Luigi to make up for no one else you're carrying, apparently. I love this credits music. That's just Bowser's clown car blowing up. Those are fireworks. Exploding into a perfect heart. If only you could spin jump and bounce on fire in real life. I mean, if you tried? Maybe you could. Now, I'm not a fireologist, so don't take my word for it. Maybe. That episode of Game Center CX is a little annoying because I didn't know about the top secret area, true, and they use an extremely tedious method to grind for lives, also true. Kamek would definitely have the fireworks ready. He probably had them prepared to celebrate Bowser's inevitable victory, including the big heart. And then, oops. But he didn't want to let them go to waste. He spent a long time preparing those. You know, the ending of Mario 2 is cute. I concur. It was like a cutscene on the NES, kind of. Revolutionary, like Ninja Gaiden. Happy Canada Day / 4th of July / is anybody's birthday soon? Happy your birthday. This is for you. Hooray! Parabomb, Paragoomba, Fish and Lakitu, Lakitu, Spiny Wiggler, Bob-omb. I love little enemy parades and credits. They're very cute. Happy 23rd of Smarch. Lousy Smarch weather. Jumping Pumpkin Plant. So that's one of the new ones. Normally it's Jumping Piranha Plant. And Pidgeot Bill instead of Bullet Bills. Look at Monty Bulls. They're so cute. I just want to pick one up. Rex, Mega Mole, Bonsai Bill. Happy 4-4 because Yoshi. That's good. I love Japanese number wordplay. Mask Koopas. Don't think too hard about it. Look, even the Mask Koopas don't have a Luigi one. He's not green. Shoes are green. Blarg is just how I feel throughout the summer. Like the creature or the sound? Yes. Poor Torpedo Ted. Haven't seen him since, I don't think. I don't know why Boo is in quotes like that. A Blarg is certainly a feeling. The Dry Bones and Bony Beetles normally have pink shoes, but I guess because of the palette in the credits or something, they're blue here. You know, I think you're right. I feel like there was a Torpedo Ted in Mario Land 2. I might have remarked on it while streaming that game. You know, which I also streamed last year in the middle of an incredible heat wave thinking about it. You know the thing about the masked Koopas? They're all in their underwear. Well, they have a shirt, like a tank top, and shoes. They get service. What are those giant lava creatures and water creatures in Yoshi's Island? The lava one is a blarg. As Endora said, the blue one's a nut. That's it. The end. Luigi's here too. Remember that guy? Because nobody else did. That's Super Mario World, and this is one of those games where if you want to go back to the title screen, you actually do have to reset the console. So I'm going to do that really quick. Ignore .oops. 95! I missed one! And now I have to go find it. Where's the one exit I missed? I can't call stream until I figure it out. Yeah, saw that coming. Saw that coming. What am I missing? Well, I got both of these, because this goes around in a circle. And I got both of these. I know, weird, right? My SNES doesn't bring up the game file when I boot it. Or it does, rather. I hope I didn't miss an exit here in the Forest of Illusion. It's possible I did, but... No, I beat this one, yeah? Yeah, I did. Did I miss an exit in the Star Road? I'm trying to think. Did I get all the regular exits in Star Road? Thank you, have a good night. I got the key in the regular exit in that one, I know that. I did it in this one. You know what, I don't think I did it in this one. This one is the culprit, I think. Mentally going through the stages in my head, and I think it's this one. Am I right? We'll find out. We gotta see that 96 or this will all be for naught. I will have to delete all these streams off the internet, of course. And then delete myself from the internet as a fake Mario fan. Now you can, I hope, excuse me for expediting the process a little by flying, even though I've normally been eschewing doing that for the most part. Tubular aside. Because, again, it is late, and I am so stinking hot. You know what, though? I'm probably not gonna get much sleep tonight anyway, let's be real. Have any of you tried the method? I've heard someone call it a swamp cooler before. I don't know if that's the correct term. But, the method where you put, like, a bowl of ice water in front of a fan to cool off a room. Does that actually work? Does it make a appreciable difference? It helps some. Okay, and now I need to make sure it saves. So I gotta, like, do a ghost house really quick or something. It helps some, it does, only if it's not humid. Well, it's not humid here. I don't think. I can't tell anymore. It's like my whole perception of weather is just ruined. Because all I detect is heat, and discomfort, and sweat, and pain. Okay. Just gonna... Whoop. There we go. Feels so sad only having 5 lives now. You know, this is back in the day where you reset the console and all your lives are gone. Eh. In the GBA version, you can bring up a screen that shows the levels, exit, and dragon coins. Does the GBA version actually track the dragon coins in the level? Like, I've never bothered getting them all because the game doesn't track it, and there's never been a point unless you want a 1-up for that stage in particular. Okay, and now we see if that is, in fact, what I was missing. There we go. I did it. Everything is fine. Everything is right with the world. Yosh is in his heaven, however that line from Evangelion goes. That's it. 96 exits. Hooray! Hata, etc. Thank you everyone for joining me for streaming one of my favorite games of all time. I still love this game a lot. And you know, if you've never played it but you're a Mario fan, you should try it. Especially if you have Nintendo Switch with an NSO subscription. It's there. It feels a little weird to play with Joy-Cons, admittedly, which is why I'm not using Joy-Cons right now, but it's there. I love this game. It's great. 96 exits, let's depart. I will do a little stretch with my checking my posture. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I'm sorry it was kind of a struggle for parts of that, but look, I'm melting. I'm like 80% sweat right now, so please have mercy. So Metroid Prime will continue on Friday, and then I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to think. I do have more little things I could stream for Tuesdays. Maybe a GBA title, maybe another Super Nintendo game. I don't know. Veritas is coming out on the 22nd, so that'll probably be added to my streaming rotation. But aside from that, oh, thank you, Tenrose. Appreciate it. Exit 97. This is right. This is the 96th episode, or 90 episode, no, 97th exit. I'm gonna go take a cold shower and try to get my brain back in gear. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Please stay safe, take care, stay hydrated, very important, and I will catch you next time. Good night!